Hi! Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the game that almost burnt down Big Brother's house yesterday. Oh my goodness. Listen, I'm going to be frank with all of you. I do not know who in particular suggested that they play that game, because as at the time they started, Big Brother had just finished dishing out his verdict, right? So I had to quickly rush to come and film. So I missed the part where somebody suggested that they played that game. So I'm going to be honest, I don't know. Although I saw a lot of people giving credit to Dede that it was her idea, because she was actually the game master of the game. And to be honest, I did not really see a lot that she was actually doing whilst the game was being played. But yes, whoever came up with the idea, massive accolades to that housemate, because that game was needed. That game literally set the tone for I don't know, should I say the following conversations or alliances or issues that arose later on yesterday. Yes, and certain people were actually affected more greatly than others. And of course, you probably must have guessed right already that the people that were more affected were those who tended to be in more serious ships than others, all right? And to be honest with you again, I do not think there's actually a name to the game, right? But what the game was that housemates were asking one another questions, right? So they were taking turns to ask one another questions. And these questions were not like, oh, have you eaten? Did you sleep well? No, these were actually serious questions, more like questions that were based on their suspicions, their curiosities, the serious speculations, or let's say even allegations that have been flying around the house since the very first day of the season. So yesterday was more like an opportunity for people to clear the air, for people to get confirmations, for people to actually maybe probably get resolutions as well to maybe certain tensions that were brewing in different corners or relationships around the house. So ladies and gentlemen, it was a very spicy game, and a lot of questions were asked. So apologies in advance. I will not be able to pinpoint, like tell you every single one of them one after the other, no. But there were certain questions that really stood out, and these questions were fired at specific individuals, knowing fully well that if they answered, it was going to really fuck shit up in the house, all right? So we're going to address those particular questions and the aftermath of those questions, or the aftermath of the game, because there were reactions trailing those questions, all right? So we're going to get into this video right now. I look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead, watch this video to the end, and of course, spill your thoughts in the comment section, all right? Now, quickly, let's just dive right into the rest of the video. Now, just as expected, every single housemate was very curious about Dede's relationship with her boys. Let's call them her fishes, as they call themselves, right? There's Kola, there's Jasonjae, and then there is Kola, right? So there were a lot of questions about, oh, Dede, what's your relationship with Kola? Or what's your relationship with Jasonjae? And then they would also ask Jasonjae, oh, what's your relationship with Dede? And then they will ask Dede, oh, between Kola and what's his name now, Jasonjae, who do you like? And it was very obvious that people were actually expecting her to sleep whilst responding to those questions, right? But she was very smart in the way she was responding to those questions. Now, about the question of who she liked more between Kola and Jasonjae, she said that for Kola, that she likes both of them in different ways. That for Kola, the guy is just a grumpy kid, and so she doesn't know what to do with him, so she just like having him around. And then for Jason, they have a laughing friendship, like they make each other laugh, very surface, very shallow, nothing serious, and they just enjoy each other's company, and that is that. So she cannot say that she likes this one more than the other one, because she likes them in different ways, because they are just unique in their own different ways. Now, I missed whatever response she gave about Kola. I did not get it, and I don't think Kola even asked the question. I don't know, because, you know, the questions were so random, right? Now, what's his name now? This guy, Victory wanted to cast Jasonjae. So this is what he did, yeah? Now, let's not forget that last week, Saturday, Kola and Jason, they had made a pact that they would avoid Dede, right? But the part of the pact that we did not hear, and this one was spilled, I think, in the conversation between Jason and Victory, we did not see that conversation, was Jason had said that he and Kola, they had said, may the best man win. So it's more like whether they were trying to fight for Dede's attention. Maybe if they avoid that, they want to see who she goes to speak to first. So it was a thing of may the best man win. So Victory brought that conversation to that group. He was spilling, right? So he was using coded language to question Jason. Like, okay, this Dede, the day matter. Like, there was a way he put it, but he was using Dede's name. So he was asking Jason, what is your current relationship with Dede? And Jason was looking at him like this and was responding that, okay, our relationship has been the same from day one till now. Nothing has changed. Victory did not relent. He kept on asking, currently, like now, as at now, what is your current relationship with Dede? And Jesse kept on responding the same thing, to the point that certain housemates were now getting irritated because we were like, but he has answered you now, leave him alone. Victory said, no, Oga, it's not like I want to cast you, but I want to hear what you said, because between you and Kola, people said, may the best man win. So what is your current, even Jesse was getting irritated. I was like, dude, is English hard for you to understand? I said, we are cool, like our relationship has been the same from day one. It has never changed, nothing has changed. I have answered you, what do you want? Kola was like, what is he talking about? Dede was like, guys, it was insane. But you see, yeah, as much as Jason was not particularly responding to what Victory asked, ladies and gentlemen, you and I know that Victory was actually asking him that, okay, you people said you are going to ignore Dede for 1 week. You would not talk to her for 1 week. But suddenly, you are now talking to her. In fact, you're spending time with her. Kola, in a way, is trying to get his head in there. So what is the deal? That was exactly what Victory was asking. And Jasonjae was acting like he did not understand. So he did not want to answer because he knows that Dede is going to be livid and she was going to come and bash him again. So that whole scenario was so hilarious because it was only those two people there, Victory and Jason understood what they were talking about. Nobody else understood. So it was just really funny. Now, speaking about the Victory himself, that one got himself implicated though. There were a lot of fire questions about this is triangle, is this square? There is Gigi Jasmine, who is still going around telling the whole house that Victory dumped her, and then her friend Sultana is putting her head in their mix, which is quite weird, ladies and gentlemen, because if you think about it, Gigi keeps on complaining to certain people about Sultana, but she's still holding on to Sultana as her best friend, which is just weird. Ha! Now, wow. These housemates. And then there's also Joanna in the picture. Now, guys, if you all recall, last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, when Victory had his diary session, Big Brother did not ask him. By himself, he had told Big Brother that he likes Gigi Jasmine, but she's too clingy. She's trying to box him, so he's not trying to further on anything he has with her. But he likes Sultana. Sultana is a spec. Guys, you all heard that conversation. The guy was really, really, heavy on how much he likes Sultana. So initially he said likeness could be in different ways. So it does not mean that he wants to date Sultana. But later on, he said, no, he really likes Sultana. He wants to be with Sultana. So Sultana is the person he has chosen. Yesterday, Victory's language changed. That he wants to remove himself from that Gigi and Sultana's mix. And the person he wants to be with now is Joanna. That Joanna is the only girl he likes. Joanna is the only person he wants to be with, and nobody else. I say, oh God, you will just run crazy. You will just run mad. You are trying to whine us, the viewers. You want to confuse us. You are confusing yourself. Because the whole house, everybody was like, dude, come, pick a side. Today it's this one, tomorrow is this one. And Gigi also, she has been crying up. And I mean, guys, I'm sorry, but Gigi's tears, oh my goodness, it just really pisses me off. But yeah, she's been acting emotional, the victim that they dumped. Oh my goodness, she's been crying here and there. But Victory, on the other hand, does not care. His new focus now is Joanna. And I love what Joanna did, because right after the games and everything, Victory was acting lovesick. He was perturbed, like, oh my God, everybody now is talking about my relationship with these girls. I don't like it. And his friend, Rude Boy, was sort of telling him that, you know what, talk to Joanna, tell her how you feel, da, da, da. So he went to go and call Joanna. Oh my goodness. Joanna sat there and she cleared both of them. She told them that, listen, I love my individuality. I do not want to be known for a sheep in this house. I came to this house for something. I came to this house to showcase myself. So I would not want people to be watching me, and the only thing they know about me is that, oh, I am in a ship with so and so. So she told me, listen, you like me, fine, and I appreciate you. You're a very complex individual. I'm still trying to learn you and understand you, but I am not going to put myself in that situation. I don't want to. So what's going to happen is we're going to remain cool. We're going to remain friends. When we go outside, you will see me in abundance. I will be there. We will talk. We will do whatever. We'll get to know each other, even probably date or whatever. But you see, inside this house, my individuality comes first. And you see, as she was speaking, I was giving this girl accolades because that is it. That is what I wanted to hear. And you see, she and Dede also had the same conversation, and the conversation was really hilarious. But both of them, they had their stance that they are not interested in all the shipping nonsense. That if they want to smash, if they want to shag, whatever they want to do, they'll drink enough pineapple juice when they are outside so that they will have the libido to perform. But inside this house, that is not what they came for, you know. So that one happened, right? But going back now to the game, ladies and gentlemen, Zita tried to implicate Dede and Mide, but it did not work. So she said that the first week, was it the first day of the week or the second day of the season, that she was in the dressing area, and then she heard Mide and Dede, they were doing their makeup and they were saying something about a female housemate, that it seemed like the female housemate had asked Mide for assistance to do her makeup, that it was Mide that was talking, Dede was laughing. Both of them were doing their makeup. And Mide was saying that if you're not fine, you're not fine, not be by makeup. In other words, if you're not beautiful, you're not beautiful. It's not by wearing makeup. It doesn't matter the amount of makeup you wear. So the whole house went cold. Mide and Dede, they were like, when? And she was like, oh, I think she said whether the first day they came into the house or the second day. And both of them were laughing, like, seriously? So Mide was like, no girl in this house has ever asked me to do her makeup. Dede said the same thing. And they asked all the girls, has anybody ever here asked us to do their makeup? And everybody too was like, hey. So people saw through what Zita was trying to do. You know, she was trying to stir the pot, and people were just like, no, what are you trying to do? And see, that was what saved Mide and Dede, that no girl in the house has ever asked any of them to assist with their makeup, because otherwise that would have been a situation. Because guys, even me, I thought about it, that okay, could it be that they were just having their own girly talk, girly banters about makeup application or whatnot? So what did Zita hear exactly? And she too, because she did not have proof, she now kept quiet. I just looked at this guy, I said, okay, Zita, well done, no, well done, we're trying to stir the pot, but next time come correct. Because you want to say something like that, you need to be able to back it up. You need to be able to, you know, add more fuel to the fire, let everything burn. So you don't just come and you just put one and then you're struggling to back it up. It doesn't really make sense, you know. But the game overall was quite fun, yes. There was also a question thrown to Kaikumi. The question to Kaikumi was, what was his relationship status with Isabella? That before he was complaining that he was not attracted to her, he was attracted to Mide and blah blah blah. But now they've been sleeping together in the same bed. They even had sex the other day, ladies and gentlemen. They did, according to Housemates. And I saw something happening, but I wasn't sure what was happening. And his response to that question was that before he did not really know her, but now he knows her, he understands her, he even knows her way more than everybody else on a personal level. I say, why won't you know her on a personal level? We're the ones that actually shagged her, or you. Anyways, he said he knows her better now, and that has made their relationship better. I say, okay, well, thank God though. And to buttress his point, after the games, you know, both of them were in the garden and he was hugging her, telling her very nice words, and assuring her that he really likes her. He has come to appreciate her. He has come to understand her more. And he likes her in a natural state and even in a crazy state. He likes her all the same the way she is. I say, okay, we shall see. We shall see. And then there was this one that almost sent the house cold as well. Because, of course, it was a mutual feeling that they all had, almost all of them. So Jasonjae had been asked that if there was somebody that he needed to evict from the house, like the next day, who would it be? And he said, Faith. Guys, the reaction was silence. People were just like, "Mm." So you see, yeah, you see what Jasonjae did at that point. For me, it felt like he just planted a seed, bam, in everybody's head. That sees this guy, we don't like him. When it comes the next nominations, if we're supposed to nominate individually, we need to kick this guy out. That was what came to my mind. I say, wow, this guy, hey. Anyways, Kaikumi was also asked about the reason why he had called Bright a bitch, you know, and yeah, okay, I think it was Tracy that asked him that question, and he had responded that he just felt like Bright was taking too much of his time, coming down to the lounge for the head of house briefing, that it wasn't like he had any personal vendetta, because the person had asked that, oh, is it because of Mide? Because both of you said we are attracted to Mide at that point in time. So he said, oh, he's still attracted to Mide, she's a fine girl, but that was not the reason. So ladies and gentlemen, that was the game. As I said, these are the questions that really stood out for me, and I thought I should come and share with all of you. So I'm going to stop talking here right now. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So please go ahead, share, and I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.